As everyone knows, Smart Office Payroll and Biometric Solutions is the name of the company. I am Chetan Jain, and I take care of the payroll part and the HRMS part. So today we are discussing about event notifications and documents management. This is one of our HRMS features, which we have introduced in last 1 year, and these are our rest of our topics, our features. In last 3 days, we have discussed about onboarding management. We have discussed about performance management. We have discussed about checklist management, which I also call it as a virtual guide. We will be shortly uploading those videos to YouTube. So if if anyone has missed out these sessions, I would request them to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you would have received in our email, or you can just search for Smart Office Payroll. That should be our YouTube channel. So whenever we upload, you will be able to receive that notification on whenever we upload this the previous videos, and whenever we upload the current and the future webinar sessions also. So with any other further delay, I'll just get started with the this particular feature, that is employee notification and the documents management. Before I get started, I wanted to also um, give you a brief idea about what do we actually have about what do we actually have as a feature in terms of event notifications of our documents management. As the name suggests, event notifications, these it's a kind of notification about the employees or any events relating to the employees, which if you can see the screen, it is about their birthdays, their probation, their work anniversary, or we might introduce any further similar events whenever we get any request from our clients saying with the appropriate feasibility. So basically it's a notification that the employee or the relevant manager or the entire team receives when any specific such event is occurs on that specific day. And the other part of the module that I would be covering today is documents management. It is more about what documents you can collect from the employees, where can you put those so that you are maintaining it on a cloud server or a web server as a safe copy, and then how the employees can also see that what are the documents that have been maintained by the company, and what is been given by the employee. So this is all about what I would be discussing, and I'll give you a complete idea on how it would show up on the admin dashboard, how it would show up on the various notifications, how you can enable that, and what kind of drafting features are available in terms of emailer, how you can schedule them, how you can draft them. In terms of document management, we will also tell you about how you can draft the various HR letters that are given to various employees on a daily basis, like the appointment letter, offer letter, the promotional letters, or relieving letters. All those kind of documents which can be defined in a software and can be generated employee wise without any restrictions. Okay, so just get started. Basically, like you see the dashboard, right? So the dashboard shows the employees who have their birthday for next 30 days. Uh, um, and it also shows the employees who are about to get confirmed in the next 30 days. So if I go to directly to that one of the options, which is employee birthday, if you can see, so it shows the birthday notification of the people who are about who will have their birthday coming up in next 30 days. So what are the information that we see here? Who is the employee? What is his employee code? What is his mail ID? What is his contact number? How many years he is completing on this particular birth date? And this is not visible to everyone. Let me just tell it here. It is only available to the admin. So there's no concern as such saying that all this data is available to all the employees, because there are certain companies who really are very specific about what details are available to all the employees. They don't want to show the their entire company profile, employees profile, to everyone. So this is visible only to the admins. And when an email goes to everyone, it just tells about who is the employee, and basically the maybe the email ID. So this is what is visible. So how does this help? See, the HR activity plays a very important role in these days. So this particular detail helps the HR or admin or the manager to schedule any kind of activity that they want to plan around a employee's birthday. It not only helps in planning but also helps in creating an environment where everyone feels like they are welcome. They have been their dates, their important dates are being celebrated, and they feel like family. So this plays a good role in terms of HR activity, and this really helps the HR in planning their activities and scheduling whatever events they would like to plan based on either the birthday, probation, or work anniversary of their various employees. So you can also see that when an employee is about to complete his probation period, so the HR or the admin will get a detail as in who is the employee who is about to be confirmed on what particular date. So whatever formalities are supposed to be completed before that particular date, he can start working on it. Since many of the companies have a certain process, as in they would like to evaluate the employee who is completing his probation. So if they have any tests to be conducted, any reviews to be collected, or any feedback to be collected, they can have a process started and let the process completed before the date of confirmation, and so that they don't have to really suddenly start working on it as soon as they come to know, rather than they don't have to depend on any kind of memory or checking of any particular documents. They can just go to their dashboard every day and check who are the employees who have their birthday or probation, or they have their work anniversary, so that if they want to give them any particular rewards or any kind of gift, they can get their planning done. So work anniversary, as I said, so it's their work anniversary. It starts from the date of joining. So if you can see, this is sorted by the dates, and it will also tell you the number of years the employee has completed in the organization. So if in case it is more than 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, you can also mention this in the email that you can make it auto generated, or you can also send a general email or a manual email based on when that date arrives. So with this general email facility, you can define the subject, you can define the content, you can select all the audience whom you want to send this particular email, and then you can also copy a certain number of people if you want them to be copied. So it can be kind of an email where if an employee has his birthday, you would like to send it to him and then keep CC all his team members. If you want to do it manually, if you don't want to do it manually, we also have an auto sending facility. So I'll just recap what I have told, so that when I move to the next step of how this entire process is defined, people are aware. This also would help the people who have recently joined. So I'll just quickly recap what I've been telling for last 15-20 minutes. This is basically a feature wherein the employees, sorry, the HR or the admin will get the information on who are the employees whose birthday or probation getting completed or work anniversary arriving on specific days with those particular dates, and which will help the HR or the admin in planning their activities for the future. So basically this is a notification feature, and as I said, you can draft an email on your own with specific details of who will be copied and what you want to CC, and if you want to attach any file, you can also send a test email if you want. So that facility is also available. So if you want to check how does the draft look like, so you can also do that. Now coming to now a question arises, if I want this to be done on an automatic basis, we have a facility wherein you can define who are the audience who would receive those specific emails. Here is the option, send birthday email. So obviously the birthday would go to that particular employee, but the system is also we are giving an option as in who will who will be copied on the BCC part. whether it should be the entire company who will be copied, or whether it would be the specific department, or you want all the employees who have the same designation or they have the same location, grade or team. So you can have that kind of facility enabled. You can also do this in case of probation email. You can also do in case it is anniversary. So all these three options which we are giving here, you can define who can be the audience. Okay, so we can define that part here, and once you select this and select who should be copied, an automated drafted email would go to the particular audience. Now a question arises, as in what kind of draft will go to the employees or the particular audience. This can be defined here in the document template. This is a particular place where you can define both your documents template or the draft email template. Since we have this feature here, so we planned it to utilize for both our of options, both for notification as well as for our HR letters. So like you can see here, this is the anniversary template that has been defined. So you can define the file name. This is specifically only for understanding of the system. This will be your mail header. It would go like a subject. This would be your document template type, as in you're selecting when should this particular draft of email used for which particular email template. So we have birthday, anniversary, probation as the three options which you can select. You can have more options based on if there are other features that comes up in the future. So you can have a draft of your email. And now the important part, when I'm sending an email to one of the employees, the system can pick up the name automatically. So we have a lot of variables here which can be used for both for email as well as the letters. I'll come to the letter part at a later stage, but currently let me explain you only about the email draft facility. So you can have the employee name here, and then you can have your draft done, and then you can have saying that you have given your employment completed years. So you want to express your gratitude towards the employee for spending the X number of years. So you don't have to remember that we are giving this as a variable. So you can always just put this variable, and the system will pick up the number of years that employee has completed. So I have given a sentence saying that we really thank the employee for spending their 5 years, 7 years of your valuable time in the company. So this kind of sentences can also be included, that will automatically fetch the number of years the employee is completing. So you can include your variables accordingly, and then you can always send a test email from here. So when you're sending a test email, you can give your own ID or any ID, and then send in test email. So you will get a mail and you'll be able to see how the email draft looks like. And if you want to make any changes, you can always make those relevant changes. As you see, there are the formatting options available. You have you have Excel kind of a matrix available here, table kind of a matrix available here. You can import any of the specific formats if you have any formats that you want to import in terms of Word format. You can export this format in terms of PDF, HTML or something. You can have various drafting options available. If you want to insert any hyperlink, that is also available. And these are the various image or drafting features that are available. So basically you can have your own draft of an email, and then for all the three options, it can be anniversary that you're drafting separately, you can have a birthday draft done separately, or you can have your probation drafts done separately. So you can draft an email. So this particular email draft will go to that particular employee on that specific day. So this is about the employee notification feature, as in what you various things you can do. You can check who are the employees who would be having their birthdays in next 30 days. You can have an email draft done manually. You can have an automated generated email, and you can schedule the audience as in who would be receiving this kind of email. So this is what is available in terms of employee notifications. If someone has any questions specifically about the employee notifications, you can put up the questions, or we will move to the next topic, that is documents management. I'll wait for another. I'll wait for half a minute or a minute to have any questions if there are any. If you have any questions, please do put up the questions, or I can move forward to the next option, that is documents management. Now, I think as of now we don't have any questions, so I'll just move forward to the next option. Before that, let me just quickly recap what we have understood about employee notifications. We get to know one point that I missed is maybe the HR would surely want to understand whether the email has been triggered or not. So this is a facility wherein the HR or the admin can check what kind of it's basically an audit log which will tell the HR or the admin what kind of email had been triggered on what specific day. So you will get an audit as in whether the email was actually triggered on those specific days or not. Okay, so this can be checked here. So basically it's a facility wherein you get the details of whose birthday is coming in the next 30 days or probation or anniversary. You can draft a manual email or an auto generated email, and you can define an audience, and the various variables are available for making the draft look like more of a customized email. Yes, the same message. We have one of the questions as in, will the same message will be delivered to all the employees? Yes, the same message will be delivered with a customized name or the number of years or variables if you're selecting. But you can always keep changing the document template frequently, since it is on the front end part. You can have n number of documents defined and keep changing. You can keep changing the document as and when you every 1 month or 2 months, so that people also feel there is a change in the document and the email that is getting generated, so it does not become monotonous. I feel they should answer the question. So now I'll move to the next option, that is documents management. Documents management or document template is more of how you can define the various HR letters that an employee, the HR or the admin requires on a frequent basis, and how those can be generated for each employee on a frequent basis into various formats, and how those can be stored at a specific place and regenerated as and when required, and whether the employee can see what has been generated for which employee, as in for himself. So as I said, this is the same place where you would do this, but let me explain it from letter point of view. Let me show you the offer letter part, as in you can attach the same thing. You can define the name of the letter that you're doing. You don't need to select this mail header or the document template type, because you're not doing it for an email draft. You can have a header, you can have the company address here, you can have the dates, you can have the variables for employee name, you can have for gross salary. These are all the variables that are normally required when you're generating a letter. So let me just quickly read out some of the variables. Employee name, employee code, designation, date of joining, date of birth, location, department, date of resignation for the relieving letter, date of confirmation for the issue of confirmation letter, department, then company name with address, father's name, PAN numbers, CTC, one of the important variables, gross salary, one of the important variables, then the breakup of the various salary heads, if you're deducting ESI or all those details, as in if you want to give them a breakup of what their salary will be, that matrix can also be inserted using these features. Then uh, you can also have other the other heads details which can be included in the email draft or the letter draft. So basically you can have the entire letter drafted here, and then you can generate it in terms of a PDF file or HTML file or a Word file or a plain text as well. As I said, there are various formatting options available, or you can also import any of the formats if you are already using. That can also be imported. So this will give you a facility wherein you can define your all the HR letters and and now how to generate it. Once you have defined it, basically you will save it, and then you can go to the next window where you can generate the letter for any number of employees. You can generate it for all the employees, or you can search that particular employee and generate any specific offer letter or the relieving letter or the confirmation letter. So whatever letters you want to define, you can generate it for each of the employees. Um you can define n number of letters. There's no restriction on the number of letters to be defined. You can generate the same in terms of PDF, or you can PDF Word or all those formats. And What do I do once I've generated these documents? You can these all will be saved on the your own personal hard drive. The HRs or admins PC, so they can attach it to an email. They can send it separately in a manual email from our employee notification module also, or they can upload it to one of our feature where it will be directly visible to the employee. If I go to the employee, so what facility do we give is you can add documents to the employee, each employee, as in what various documents you have collected. So here you can go to the document, you can define the document title and say this is the appointment letter, um, and choose a file, and you can attach it and save. So basically this system will save that particular document against this particular employee. Now if I have attached it to this particular employee, let me attach it to the one of the employee whose ESS login I can do immediately. So I'm attaching an appointment letter against the employee Mamta, and for the this is what I'm attaching. So you can see that this document is attached in the admin part, and this is visible. You can always download this document and use it for re-reference. I'll let me go to the ESS login, and I'll show you how this document appears on the employee login. You can go to the employee documents manager, and you can see that this appointment letter which I have uploaded on 21st May is visible into the employee's login. So similarly, any kind of documents that you're uploading against that particular employee will be visible into his specific login. So he's also aware of what various documents have been maintained against his name. This will be visible to the employee also. He can also generate it and check at any relevant point of time, and the admin can also regenerate it at any later point of time. Uh, so Now there is one more thing that we are planning to introduce here, because many companies might be uploading passports, or they might be uploading a driving license or any documents which has certain expiry date attached to each of the documents. So we are planning to include a couple of more variables, as in expiry date and the notice period, in terms of how early they want a notification saying the documents has to be renewed. Suppose I know that the passport takes 2 months for a renewal, so I can have the notification being generated 90 days before, so that the HR also has time to give an intimation to the employee, and employee does his renewal part. So we would be introducing in future two more fields. which would be expiry date and buffer notification time. So when this is set, the HR or the admin will receive a notification as in when is the document going to expire, and how much time does the HR or the employee have to get those particular document renewed. So this is what we can do. So this is about the document template that it can be used by the HR or the admin. So I'll just recap what are the facilities available in the documents management part. You can define your HR letters or the various letters that are given to the employee. Here you can define the name, you can define n number of formats, you can have various formatting options, you have various variables which can fetch the detail on a real-time basis, and the same can be generated from the employee, the HR or the admin login. In terms, it can be generated in PDF, Word, or PDF Word. Yeah, it can be generated in two formats. You can import your existing formats also. So once those are generated, it can be either sent, or you can always maintain those documents into the document manager option in the employee login, which I've just showed some time back, which will also be visible to the employees in the ESS login. So this is about the employee notification option and the documents management that we have. There's another small option which I wanted to cover right now in this particular webinar is company forms or policies. This is one of the important documents that employees are required to, the HR or the admins are required to maintain as in terms of compliance. They can have all kinds of company policy documents uploaded here. All kinds of company forms in terms can be uploaded here, like the nomination form which is required in terms of PF registration, and this can be uploaded here, and we can have this will be visible to the employees login here in terms of company policy, or the here this is the late or early policy of a particular company that has been uploaded by the HR, so the employee can download it and he can read through. So this just gives us a facility saying that every employee is aware about the various company policies. And then here is the company form which can be uploaded. This is the nomination form for gratuity. So the employee can download it, and he can submit his nomination. So all these kinds of documents can be uploaded from our company policy or forms option, so that each employee is aware of which are the documents he is supposed to read and understand at the times, which are at the same time which are the various forms he is supposed to submit. Now which are the forms that he needs to submit can always be put into his checklist that we discussed yesterday, which will be visible in his request center. So this complete software can be utilized to have people know what are their responsibilities, and what they need to know about the company, or what are the various forms they are supposed to submit at various stages. So this is all about the employee notifications or the events notifications and the documents management. If you have any further questions, request you all to submit your queries. We will try our best to answer those. Thank you once again for your time, for patient listening. We are open to questions now. So one of our attendees by name Miss Asma had a question earlier that she has not attended the previous section. So she wanted to know how to do the setup in her office. We will be uploading this entire webinar in the YouTube. So I would request you to go through this video, and you'll be able to understand the entire process very easily. It's a very simple process. It's a very simple, simplistic, defined process. So I would request you to go through our video once it is uploaded, and the video link we would be sending it in a separate email. But what I can do is I can give you the our YouTube channel name. So you can subscribe to that, and you will automatically get a notification as in when we have uploaded all these videos to the YouTube channel, and you can watch to those particular videos as and when you are available, or as per your flexible timing. So let me just quickly check this link and send it to. I'll paste it here. So this is our channel name, Smart Office 365 Payroll. You can always just search the name, and you will get to this particular link, and you can subscribe, and will be able to get a notification on a timely basis. I'm putting the channel link on the chat, and people whoever need this, we will also send you over the email based on who have requested this. At a later stage, we'll also send a link over the email. Smart Office 365 Payroll is the name of our channel. Yes, you will get a full video of this particular webinar that I have done right now. So it will be a complete detailed explanation of that. Any other further questions on the feature? Any understanding? Any point? Any suggestion? I would also request you all, if you have any suggestion and in terms of any feature that you would like to see in this. If your suggestion, we would surely like to implement the valuable suggestions that you all give us. So if you have any suggestions, also any feedback, please do send us that, so that we can make our software better than what we currently have it. So I feel there are no real, I mean, there are no questions as such. So I thank all of you for attending this, and I again want to thank all the participants who have been attending all the sessions that I have been doing so far. I request you all to keep attending the next four sessions I'll be doing. I'll be doing the next sessions on tomorrow. I think I'll be doing on OKR, that is our objective and key result areas, and then we would be doing it on help desk, which is again a good yet a small feature which really helps taking care of your employee grievances. Then we have something, a very good feature in terms of survey or feedback. This one module is actually can be used in three different ways, where you can do a survey, you can collect a feedback, or you can even conduct tests, because we have various format of the questions available, various choice, I mean, questions options are available. So we would be doing that. We would also be doing, we also have a training module, so we would all be doing a session on training also. So we request all you participants to keep registering and participating in our webinars. Thank you, everyone. It was really nice having you on this session, and thank you for your valuable feedback. Thank you so much. I'll close this session now. Thank you once again for attending it.